Michelle, make sure you give us a call at 1-800-336-2225, 1-800-336-2225. And Michelle, I wanted to ask you about a film that you worked on that's become pretty popular and kind of becoming a cult classic, Brain Dead. Can you tell us a little bit about that one?
That movie is so much fun. First of all, Kevin Tenney, the director of that, he and his wife are amazing human beings. And that movie was crazy because we shot in record high heat in the Angeles forest. It was like the hottest it had been in 25 years or something like that, is when we were shooting out there in a tented cabin. So actually inside the cabin was 127 or so degrees.
Wow.
And the wardrobe artist kept having to shove ice packs and paperclip, clothespin, safety pin them. Dear God, there goes my brain. Safety pin the ice packs into the back of our shirts and stuff like that to try to keep us from being puddles of blech.
Wow.
And I play another lesbian character, Claudia Bush, who is a very sassy, bratty little shit. Can I say that on here?
No, not really, but
whoops.
You already said it.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Gosh darn it, shoot. She's a sassy little brat, though, and she was a lot of fun to play. Very tough character. And funnily enough, my boyfriend at the time, Josh Benton, was booked as the role of Clarence. There is a part in the film, it's one of the few films I actually die in. I think it might actually be the only film I died in. Yeah. I get shot with this crazy alien slime that had invaded the earth and turning people into zombies and everything. And so I got shot in the face with all this stuff. And so it was like, oh my God, before she turns into another zombie or something, we have to kill her. So he got the joy of shoving me into a fireplace, head first into a fireplace to kill me by fire.
That's good for the relationship.
Oh, fantastic.
We're
still friends, so there's no bitterness.
No one's ever died that way in a film, have they?
Not that I've seen.
Yeah.
Not that I've seen, but it was definitely something new. And it was experiencing the way that all the effects were done, because it was all practical effects, which was fascinating, because I grew up watching a lot of horror films and stuff as a little kid, and you never realize how cool practical effects are until you actually see them happening in real life, and it was awesome.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
And you've done some work with Missoula Children's Theater. Actually, all our guests and our guest co-hosts have connections to Missoula, Montana.
Yeah.
Even though I'm the only one that's never been there, I think. Yeah, when I was super, super little, I did a couple of plays, and one of them, I know I did The Wizard of Oz at some point, and I did something else, and I can't think of what it was, but I think I was 8 or so years old, and I was a little dancing tree for, a few nights of theater when I was a little tot. But it was fun. Missoula Children's Theater is awesome. It's a great experience.
It's a great organization.
Yeah, and they're still around, yeah?
They're still around, yeah.
Very
Awesome.
well respected.
Mm-hmm.
I love that they travel and bring theater to towns that otherwise don't. Los Alamos, New Mexico did not exactly have a strong theater anything there. Nothing was happening in New Mexico at that time as far as the industry went, and it was really great to experience that.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
So did you know at that young age, as a dancing tree, this was it? Was that your moment? That was the moment.
This is what I'm going to do. It's funny, like Sarah Stuckey said, I don't know that I have an actual defining moment like that. When I did some plays when I was a little kid, and then I got into high school and discovered how much I love doing video productions. So I did a ton of stuff behind the camera with a guy named Bobby Springer, who's an amazing talent and does the technical director for Channel 9 News in Colorado now, and my friend Kelby Floyd, who I don't know if I can say where he works. Anyway, he also does technical director stuff as well out here in Los Angeles now. And we won awards. Like, we had a blast doing all things behind the camera, video production wise. So I fell in love with that and didn't really think much about acting. I was like, meh, it's just some little kid thing I did, and I was a dancing tree and I did some other stuff and whatever. And then I hit college, and I was going to continue the path of mass communications, and there was a whole lot of little things that happened that made me go, this doesn't taste right. Like, it's like the sauce that's missing garlic salt or something. It was just stopped feeling right.
Acting?
The mass communication stuff, all the behind the camera stuff at that time. I was like, I think I'm going to do something else, and I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. So I'm going to take a theater class for the easy elective blah, blah. I took a theatrical makeup class with Felipe Macias and a beginning acting class with Patrick Rucker. And I went, oh
This
my
is
God,
it.
like, bam, something just clicked. And that, I guess, would be the defining moment, but that was the most delicious thing I'd ever experienced of going, this is where I'm really falling in love, way more than I ever did with the technical hoodly-hoo in high school. And that's a technical term, by the way. Hoodly-hoo.
Hoodly-hoo. Very nice.
Look it up. It's on Google.
Well, I think I think that's very important to follow your instincts and follow your gut.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that as an actor, that is absolutely what's led to your success, is following your instincts and following your gut.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And there's been times I haven't, and I'm like, oh my God, that film's going to come out someday. But, you know, what do you do?
So on following your gut, how do you pick your roles? Do you have a certain criteria? Or?
I just want to work with quality humans who know what they're doing, who have a quality product.
Mm-hmm.
And that is really the most basic criteria. If it's a short film, if it's a play, if it's a feature film, that really doesn't matter to me nearly as much as, is this going to be an enjoyable experience? Is this going to challenge me as an actor?
Right.
That's what's going to call to me more than anything else.
As we're talking with actress Michelle Tomlinson, if you have any questions for her, make sure you give us a call at 1-800-336-2225. We'll be back on La La Land today with Brett and Ashley Quammen on CRN Digital Talk.